The confidence and spunk of a true Bostonian. She seemed fun and friendly, and she was trendy as hell. And then she sang. Holy crap, she sang. In that tiny, dirty, macaroni-colored office, Becca blew us all away with the most heart-wrenching rendition of Somewhere Over the Rainbow that I had ever heard, or have ever heard since, until tonight. Because, like, hell, did I cry? I sat on that stained, chrome-ridden couch listening to this 18-year-old girl croon with the perfect mix of sweetness and power, watching the ease and expertise with which she hit each note, and I knew in that moment that she was fated to be in this group, and that we were destined to be best friends. I had to have her. As fate would have it, Becca did get into the group, here she is, because who could deny that she was everything that we could have hoped for in a Bostonian girl. Becca and I got to know each other very quickly over the course of those first few weeks, between lunch dates at Hillside and in the office, pre-games in Welsh, and weeknight concerts fangirling over our mutual favorite bands. We quickly established the natural rapport of two people who had been friends for many years, though we had only known each other for a few weeks. Our relationship was already beginning to evolve into a unique kind of bond. Early on, I learned that Becca is the kind of person with whom you can have a challenging philosophical discussion one minute, and the next be gossiping over which guys are going to be on your senior five. She's the kind of person who will let you cry on her shoulder, then dry your tears, fix your makeup, and pour you a shot of Captain. Page turn. Becca's personality has many sides. First of all, she's weird. She's one of the biggest goofballs I know, and that's why we get along. Rebecca, or Little Becca, as she is so fondly known by her fellow Bostonians, is one of the only people with whom I can have an entire conversation in a made-up alien language light years away from English, and then devolve into a puddle of giggles on the floor. From Tequila to the womb, to our favorite kind of weather on tour. Becca and I have shared some bizarre jokes and memories, though she looks like a model and carries herself like royalty. Luby has a goofy side that those lucky enough to know her, lucky enough to be close to her, know all too well. Allow me to show you. Payback.
I'm so sorry, I don't know what this is.
Make sure the sound's on.
No. I'm so scared. So double singing.
Isn't she beautiful? Despite being a total goon in the company of friends, Becca remains one of the most poised and confident women I have ever met. A true Southern belle, she is unwaveringly kind and polite, never afraid to strike up a conversation, and always genuinely interested in what others have to say. She's intelligent, driven, and dedicated, both to her studies and to the people that she cares about. She's the only person that I know who will spend 8 hours straight in the library the day before a final, stopping only to meet you for dinner because you had a bad day and need to talk it out. As publicity director, Becca proved her commitment to and love for the Bostonians by spending countless hours outlining PR campaigns, meticulously creating event posters on Photoshop, and painting some of the most beautiful and professional show banners to date. She's an expert in balancing social and scholarly commitments. She'll bang out a term paper in a matter of hours, meet you a drink the same night, then turn in that same paper the next day and ace it. This is not because Becca prioritizes partying over schoolwork or because she is #SoCollege. Not in the least. The reason Becca can pull off the balance between work and play so well is because she is truly, genuinely interested in everything she commits herself to, be it academics, Bostonians, or relationships. This genuineness permeates every aspect of Rebecca's life and relationships, and is part of what makes her such a true friend. But above all, what makes Rebecca so special is her compassion for others. I didn't know the meaning of the word empathy until I met her. Rebecca is personally invested in the happiness and well-being of every single one of her friends and family members, and it shows through her willingness to listen and lend a helping hand. When you turn to Rebecca for advice, she doesn't just feel for you, she feels with you. She wants not just to understand others' experiences, but to know them. Becca is so empathetic that sometimes I feel as if she is more sad on my bad days than I am, because she just cares that much. True empathy and compassion are so rare, but Rebecca embodies these traits every single day, and that's why we all love her. Next year, Rebecca will be continuing her studies at Boston College in the Graduate School of Social Work. I couldn't think of a better path for her or a better person to follow that path. The field of social work is lucky to be receiving such a humane, loving person who will most certainly help to make the world a better, happier place. Rebecca?
Yeah.
Loops. My little mutant squirrel. I'm so proud of the person I've watched you become over the past 4 years. You've grown from my bright-eyed freshman protege into a strong, confident leader who so many in the group look up to. You've established yourself as an irreplaceable personality, not only in the Bostonians, but in the greater Boston College community. We are all so lucky to have you as a friend, and I can't wait to see the person that you become in your post-college years. Good luck, Rebecca, and remember that if you ever find your life lacking in love or laughter, you will always have your Bostonians. We love you.
Yeah, Kelsey!
Sorry, though. Right, like I said, I'm going to try not to do the ugly cry and then the speech. Okay, writing a speech for Becca is, for me personally, a really tough thing to do. Becca and I like to think, have a really special friendship, one that has blossomed both in and out of the group. So it's difficult to say the least when I think about what Rebecca has meant to me personally, because she is so inextricably linked to almost every important aspect of my life, so I'll do my best. Within the group, Rebecca has many different roles. She's been described as the light, the height, and the good looks of the Bostonians. She can be the experienced and knowledgeable singer giving tips on blends and vowels. She can be the giggling, gesturing distraction. The one who says, "How does the song start again?" when we've sung the song a couple dozen times in that same person. She can be the bro that makes music and listens to vintage vinyls, and she can also be the diva we know and love, drinking sangria or tequila and watching Chicago the Musical. She is also a hell of a matchmaker and a hell of a best friend.
Woo! Yeah, Ben. Yeah, Ben.
Rebecca represents a lot to this group, and it comes down to the fact that she cares about every single person in it. The other night at one of Becca and my weekly pre-library lower dates, she told me something I don't think I'm ever going to forget about her experience with the Bostonians. She told me that it was her seniors who had taught her how to love the group, how to love and appreciate all that being a Bostonian means. I could tell that in the matter-of-fact way Rebecca told me this, that she knew this was part of her job description as a senior too, to teach all of her freshmen how to love this group. I think it's safe to say, Rebecca, on behalf of every Bostonian sitting here tonight, freshmen or not, that you have certainly done your job. I can say for myself that you have in many ways taught me a little more about loving life in general. But your nonstop laughter in rehearsal, your care for each and every person, your dedication to both the music and the tradition of the group does not go unnoticed. When I think about what Rebecca has meant to the group and what she means to my own life, the common denominator is always love. Whether it's a drunken heart-to-heart over skinny girl sangria, a random lunch in the Rat, or the fact that Rebecca is always the first to bring in the group for a We Don't Suck, I have never met someone with so much genuine love in her heart, and this has been not only the real gift to the group itself, but the real gift to all of the people who are lucky enough to be in her life. The way that I met Rebecca wasn't anything out of the ordinary. It was the way that most of us meet each other at callbacks. And other than the fact that it's impossible to forget the tall, gorgeous blonde listening to you sing, I remember Becca so vividly. She told me that I reminded her of two people. She told me that I reminded her of some girl from across the universe, and that the other girl was her oldest friend from Virginia, Lauren. And now I don't think it's any coincidence that I apparently remind Becca, even if just initially, of Lauren, and that Rebecca has always reminded me of my best friend from California who I've known since I was 4. In so many ways, Rebecca is home to me. She is comfort, she is warmth, and she, as Liam beautifully puts it in the video, has created a space for me and the rest of the group to discover who we are. In more ways than one, Rebecca welcomed me into her big and amazing family, Bostonians, as well as an unbelievable group of you sitting in the audience right now. This is something I'm forever grateful for. Okay. There's no one I know that better embodies the idea that friends are the family you choose. I've never known Bostonians, let alone Boston College, without Rebecca. And to be honest, I'm scared shitless. But I remember, as I'm sure the group from Rebecca's sophomore year does too, saying goodbye at the end of the school year as Becca was getting ready to go abroad to Australia. I remember then too, Haley, Sammy, Scully, and I thought we would never see her again. And I remember we were sobbing our eyes out, and we had a similar feeling that I have right now of what the hell am I going to do without Rebecca? But though few things in life are certain, it can always be said that life goes on. Rebecca went and had the adventure of a lifetime, which she shared with me almost every step of the way. I know you're not going around the world this time, and I'm so thankful for that. But that's how I'm thinking about your upcoming adventures. Sure, it's not a sandy beach where you're drinking hard ciders all day. But I'm so excited for you to call me and tell me about the elephants, the cute men with accents, and the beautiful sights of this next exciting chapter in your life. To say I love you, to say thank you, and to say